Welcome to the student of class 10. I have already completed the first two chapter, that is the chemical reaction and equation and acid base salt. Today is a new chapter, that is metal and non-metal. You have already familiar with the periodic table, that is in your book in the 5th chapter. In periodic table, there are 118 elements that is found in periodic table. Out of this, 92 elements are naturally occurring element, and remaining element, rest of the element are prepared in the lab by nuclear reaction. They are radioactive element. Now among these all 100, about more than 100 element, 80% of the elements are metal. That is, most of the element in the periodic table are metal. There are some non-metal, say carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, fluorine, sulfur, phosphorus. There are some non-metal. There are some inert gas, that is, which are chemically very much reactive, and these gas are present in atmosphere in very small amount, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Beside this metal, non-metal and inert gas, there are some elements which have characteristics between metal and non-metal. That is, they have some character similar to metal and some character similar to non-metal. This type of element are called metalloid. Then boron, silicon, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, these are some example of metalloid. Now today I will discuss about the physical and chemical properties of metal and non-metal. First we go to physical properties of metal. You have already familiar of some important metal. You have already seen, say, gold, aluminium, silver, iron, chromium, nickel. These are some important metal that we use in daily life. Now what are their common properties? All these metal exist in the solid state. This is the main common properties. The all metal exists in solid state except mercury. Mercury is the only metal which can exist in the liquid state. Gallium is another metal, and cesium, a alkali metal, which have very low melting point. Their melting point around 27 to 30 degrees centigrade. So this metal also exists in the liquid state in the summer season. So this is one of the important physical characteristics of the metal, that metal generally exists in the solid state. Number two, the metal, since are solid, so they have high density. All the metal, most of the metal have very high density. You know, mercury is very heavier density. Density of mercury is almost 13.6 gram per cc. Density of iron 7.8 gram per cc. The most dense element are osmium and iridium. There are two metal, osmium OS and iridium. Their density about 22.6 gram per cc. But there are few metal which are very light, that is, their density even less than water. They can float in water. For example, lithium, sodium, potassium. These three elements very less density. Very less density. Lithium is the lightest metal. Among all elements, the lightest metal is lithium. So metal have very high density except lithium, sodium and potassium. Number three physical properties, all metal can have high melting point. You know, the melting point of iron about 1500 degrees centigrade, melting point of copper about 10,000 degrees centigrade. Generally metal have very high melting point except few metal, say mercury, it already exists in the liquid state, its melting point is very low, minus 39 degree centigrade, that is freezing point. Sodium, potassium, lithium, they are very soft metal, so they have also very low melting point. But most of the metal have very high melting point. Among all metal, tungsten, the symbol is W, known as wolfram. This is the highest melting point, about 3400 degree centigrade. So metal have very high melting point. Next point, metal always conduct electricity. You know, the common wire, electrical wire that you use in the home are the copper wire, or in the large scale we use the aluminium wire. both copper and aluminium is good conductor of heat and electricity. Almost all metal are good conductor of heat and electricity except this tungsten, it is very bad conductor, or lead. This is also conduct electricity but less conductivity. Which metal have maximum conductivity power? Silver. But for domestic use we cannot use the silver wire due to very costly metal. So next point হচ্ছে metal and non-metal are metals are malleable in nature. Malleable means that can be beaten into sheet. You know that you can familiar with the iron sheet or aluminium sheet or tin sheet. That is, if we hammer the metal, they like cold. They cannot be broken down into dust particle, but they can be beaten into a large thin sheet. This property of beaten into sheet is called malleability. Similarly, if we drawn the wire, we can form a long wire. That is, metal have ductility property. Ductility means the property of the element by which we can drawn into long wire. You have familiar about the long wire of iron or aluminium or copper. So metal are malleable and ductile. Gold is the most malleable and ductile metal. The gold we can produce a few kilometers of gold, few kilometers length of the gold rod with just 5 to 10 gram gold. This similarly malleability property of gold is maximum. So metal are malleable and ductile except zinc. Zinc malleability and ductility property is very low. Next point, metal can produce sonorous sound. If we strike a iron bar, it will produce a sonorous sound. But when you strike a brick or when you strike a coal, there will be no sonorous sound. So metal can produce sonorous sound. Next point, when light falls on the metal surface, it gives a metallic luster. That is, metal have a lustrous, metals are lustrous. That is, when light falls, it glitters. But non-metal are not lustrous. So these are some important physical properties of metal. What are the physical properties? If we summarize it, number one, metal have high melting point. Metal exists in the solid state. Number two, metal have high density except lithium, sodium, potassium. Number three, metal have high melting point except mercury or sodium or lithium. Number four, metal are malleable and ductile. Number five, metal are good conductor of heat and electricity. Number six, metal are sonorous in sound. Metal can produce sonorous sound. And next point, metal have metallic luster. So these are some important physical properties of metal. Now, what are the physical properties of non-metal? Non-metal, there are very few non-metal. If you consider there are only 11 non-metal. What are these? Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, phosphorus, sulfur, so on. Now among these non-metal, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, they exist in the gaseous state. There are 4 solid non-metal. What are these 4 solid non-metal? Carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, iodine. And only liquid non-metal is bromine. So non-metal exists either in the gas or in the liquid state or soft solid. So next point, non-metal have low density. Say nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, chlorine, they exist in the gaseous state, so they have very low density. Only carbon in the form of diamond or graphite have density not very large but 3.5 or 3.2 gram per cc. Non-metal have low melting point, boiling point because they exist in the gaseous state. They exist in the gaseous state. So since they exist in the gaseous state, so non-metal have very low melting point and boiling point. Among non-metal, only carbon in the form of diamond and graphite have very high melting point. Diamond and graphite have melting point above 3500 degree centigrade. Next point, non-metal are non-malleable and non-ductile. If you beaten a coal or if you beaten sulfur or phosphorus, you cannot be beaten. If you hammer it, when we hammer the coal or solid sulfur or solid phosphorus, they broken down into several pieces, but they cannot be form a sheet. That is, non-metal are non-malleable and non-ductile. Today only carbon fiber, this a allotrope of carbon which is used to form a long wire. That this long wire is used in the tennis racket. So carbon fiber is another non-metal that can be made to some extent malleable and ductile. Next point, non-metal are generally bad conductor of heat and electricity. But graphite and gas carbon is a two allotropic form of carbon which can conduct electricity. Non-metal have no metallic luster. They are dull in appearance, but graphite and iodine have metallic luster, and non-metal cannot produce any sonorous sound. So these are the main physical properties of metal and non-metal. Now what will be the chemical properties of metal? Metal normally are electropositive in nature. Electropositive means metal can easily lose electron to form cation. For example, say sodium. Sodium is loses electron to form sodium ion. Magnesium loses 2 electron to form magnesium ion. Aluminium loses 3 electron to form aluminium ion. That is, metal are electropositive in nature and they lose 1, 2 or 3 electron to form cation. Whereas non-metal, say Cl, gain 1 electron to form Cl minus. Oxygen gain 2 electron to form O2 minus. Nitrogen gain 3 electron to form N3 minus. That is, non-metal are electronegative in nature and they accept electron to form anion. That is, if non-metal lose electron, that is, metal are oxidized, because loss of electron is known as oxidation, that I have already discussed in chapter 1, and gain of electron is called reduction. So metal is oxidized, that is, metal acts as a good reducing agent. Non-metal is reduced, that is, non-metal acts as a good oxidizing agent. So this is another chemical properties. Metal are good reducing agent, whereas non-metal are good oxidizing agent. Next point, metal reacts with oxygen to form some oxide. For example, when sodium burns in oxygen, it forms sodium oxide. Calcium burns in oxygen, it forms calcium oxide. Magnesium burns in oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Aluminium burns in oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Iron, when heated with oxygen, to form ferric oxide. That is, metal when heated with oxygen, it forms metallic oxide. All these metallic oxide are basic in nature. Basic in nature. Why? Because this metallic oxide, say Na2O, dissolve in water to form hydroxide, and alkali MgO dissolve in water to form magnesium oxide. So metal when heated with oxygen, they form metallic oxide. These oxides are basic in nature. But non-metal also, when heated in air of oxygen, they form the oxide. For example, carbon when burns in oxygen, it forms nitrogen. When burns in oxygen, it forms nitric oxide. This nitric oxide reacts with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Sulfur when burns in oxygen, it forms sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in presence of V2O5 catalyst to form sulfur trioxide. Phosphorus reacts with oxygen to form P2O3, or reacts with oxygen. Phosphorus reacts with oxygen to form P2O5. Non-metal when heated with oxygen, they form the oxide. These oxides are generally acidic in nature. These oxides are acidic in nature. Why? Because most of the oxide when dissolved in water, it form acid. For example, carbon dioxide plus water, it form carbonic acid. Nitrogen dioxide plus water, it form nitrous acid plus nitric acid. Sulfur dioxide plus water, it form sulfurous acid. So non-metal also when heated in air, it form non-metallic oxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, phosphorus pentaoxide. All these oxide when dissolved in water, they form acid. Next property, metal reacts with water also under different condition to liberate hydrogen gas. For example, these three metal, sodium, potassium, calcium, they react with cold water. They react with cold water to form sodium hydroxide, hydrogen, potassium hydroxide, hydrogen, calcium hydroxide, hydrogen. So these three very active metal, they react with cold water to give corresponding hydroxide and hydrogen. But aluminium, magnesium reacts with boiled water. Magnesium reacts with boiled water to form magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Magnesium when reacts with steam, it form magnesium oxide plus hydrogen. Our zinc, iron, aluminium, they react with steam. Say this is a steam. It form zinc oxide plus hydrogen. Red hot iron reacts with steam, 4H2O. This is very important reaction to form ferrosulfuric oxide plus hydrogen. This is the red hot, and this is steam. Similarly, aluminium reacts with water. Water means steam to form aluminium oxide plus hydrogen. So non-metal reacts with water under different condition to form hydrogen gas. Very reactive metal reacts with cold water. Magnesium reacts with boiled water. Those are less reactive. That is iron, aluminium, zinc. They react with steam. Those metals which are placed below hydrogen in the activity series, we have already discussed the activity series in chapter 1. Those metals which are below hydrogen in activity series, such as copper, silver, gold, platinum, mercury, they never react with water at any condition. Another point, metal reacts with dilute acid. Active metal means those metals which are above hydrogen in the activity series, they react with dilute acid to form salt and hydrogen. For example, calcium reacts with hydrochloric acid, dilute acid, to form calcium chloride plus hydrogen. Magnesium reacts with sulfuric acid to form magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen. Iron reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form ferrous chloride plus hydrogen. Zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Here you one point remember that dilute nitric acid normally does not give hydrogen with active metal. Hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid when reacts with active metal, they give hydrogen. But nitric acid generally does not give hydrogen. Why? Because nitric acid is a very strong oxidizing agent. Even dilute nitric acid acts as an oxidizing agent and it reacts with hydrogen to convert into water. So as soon as hydrogen gas is produced, it is oxidized by nitric acid to form water. Only magnesium and manganese, these two metals, reacts with very cold and dilute nitric acid to liberate hydrogen gas. So magnesium plus 2HNO3, cold and dilute, only 1% acid to form magnesium nitrate plus hydrogen. Or manganese when reacts with HNO3 give manganese nitrate plus hydrogen. So these are the action of acid on metal. So metal reacts with oxygen to form oxide. Metal reacts with water under different condition to liberate hydrogen gas, and metal reacts with dilute acid to liberate hydrogen gas. Non-metal generally does not react with water or acid. Only carbon reacts with red hot steam. Among non-metal, only carbon reacts with steam at 1100 degree centigrade to form carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This mixture of gas is known as water gas. So non-metal generally does not react with acid or water. Among non-metal, only carbon when reacts with steam at high temperature, it forms carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So these are the general chemical properties of metal and non-metal. Now in the next class, I will discuss about the metallurgy. Metallurgy means how the metal is extracted from the ore or mineral that is found beneath earth, from which we can extract metal by different process, that is known as metallurgy. That will be discussed in the next class.